All right, you guys, we have been completely sidetracked this summer between kid activities and some family stuff. We have not had a lot of time to work on our homestead, and that is about to change. Ryan and I sat down and we decided and set a goal that we're going to work on the first 100 feet of our backfield and get that looking completely done within the next year. So that is our goal. For those of you new to the channel, my name is Christina, and me and my family homestead on a little over an acre in the Bay Area, California. And I'm actually in my backfield, and I wanted to show you what the first 100 feet looks like and give you an idea of all the projects that we have in mind for this upcoming year. We are finishing out our 3rd year of living here, and when we bought this place, it was like completely barren. There was no outhouses except for the house that we live in, and an old barn that we ended up tearing down. So we've spent so much time building, and Ryan works on the weekends when he's not working at his day job, so it's been slow, but I really think that we have a good plan going forward. So I want to show you what we got going on. Okay, behind me, you probably saw the structure. This is actually not part of the first 100 feet, but this is a shed that we're building for our homeschool co-op. Our homeschool co-op, it meets less than a mile away from our house, and so we have the space and the availability to store some of the fall festival stuff that we have and that they use, and so we're building that quickly for them to be able to store stuff, which is really exciting. We bought this shed from Little Cottage Co. And it's really, really cute. Those are going to be windows right there. I think Ryan's going to spend a few more weekends working and finishing the shed. We're going to paint it white with black trim. That's pretty much what all of our little outhouses look like at this point. And then we'll start pivoting to this back 100. Okay, so right here, this is the space that we are planning to focus on for the next year. And there are so many projects that need to get done just in this area alone, and I'm gonna walk you through them. Okay, so walking to the front, Brian already built the foundation for the structure that's gonna go up, but we actually just never built the structure, and it's always housed like our wood for our fencing that we're putting up. But now that most of our fencing is up, it's pretty much clear, so now is the perfect time to build our duck coop. Our duck coop is gonna look a lot like our chicken coop, which I'll show you guys later. The idea is to have symmetry, so on one side of the 100 feet, we would have our chicken coop, and then on the other side, we would have our duck coop. This is gonna have to get irrigated too, because we're gonna have a fountain, and so Ryan has to also run electricity back here. So it's a bigger project than you might think. But it's gonna be really cool when it's all said and done. And then the back 100 feet also has our orchard. So we have about 43 trees back here that we planted somewhere between 2 and 3 years ago. The trees are doing amazing, but when we started, we did our orchard in phases. So the first year we were here, we just planted apples and plums. And so that was the first 2 rows, and then we did back to Eden on that. And then as the years went on, we extended back. So now we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 rows, and half of them haven't had any wood chips put on them. So a huge project that we need to do is go rent a dump trailer and get a ton of wood chips, lay the ground with paper, compost, and wood chips, and then extend it back. You'll notice right here that all of this is dead grass. This did not get any portion of Back to Eden, but what's in this electric fence, the majority of it did, but it was kind of lackluster. We had been cutting down trees, and we decided to chip the wood to make the wood chips, and we definitely didn't have enough. And what ended up happening was that because we laid paper and compost and just a little bit of wood chips, the weeds became so intense. That coupled with having like a really mild winter, we ended up just having so many weeds in the orchard. So this year, I've decided to free range the chickens, hence the electric fence, which should help cut back on the weeds. And then we're just gonna lay a ton more of our wood chips. And I think that's actually gonna make this space transition looks so beautiful. So I'm really, really excited for that project. That will probably happen like early winter, late fall. But I can almost just imagine like going all the way to like right here. This is roughly where the back 100 ends, and all of that being in wood chips. And then also as the trees grow, they'll shade out the ground, we'll get less weeds. So it's just a waiting game. I feel like these projects, when you're starting, everything needs so much attention, and it actually starts to get easier the more that things mature. So I'm really excited now that we're going into year 4. These trees are bigger, they don't need as much attention, and it finally feels like the ground isn't fighting against us so much. Okay, a little pit stop on our mango tree just to see this one mango that made it. I didn't take good care of our mangoes last year. Ryan put irrigation in the orchard last year, but didn't start working until this year. And so I think last year these poor mangoes were just so dry through the fall season, and they've bounced back great, but we didn't get very many mangoes from them. Okay, this space over here, there's actually quite a lot to do here. So when we moved in, there was like a white fence here, and then this like cattle panel livestock fence, and Ryan went ahead and put up this mesh right here because we're actually getting like wildlife in here. I think we're getting foxes. We've lost a couple chickens, and so we're just gonna try and get all of this meshed out, also so that our dog doesn't get out. We're in the process of training him and just deterring him from going into the neighbor's yard. But then also over here, Ryan is working on building a fence just to give us a little more privacy from the neighbors. So he's doing a really good job there. So he has 2 more panels there, and then we'll connect this livestock fence. And then I think he's supposed to put the mesh going all the way back. But that's a project. And then over here on our chicken coop, there's just wear and tear that's happened that I would really like to address. So we have just the elements that kind of took away at this bed right here. The doors, when we built the chicken coop, stopped working because I don't think the post that we put in was sturdy enough for the weight of the doors. So we have to go in and put a metal bracket in. And then because we're a little bit extra, we want to try and find some terracotta on like Facebook Marketplace and put a terracotta roof on all of our outbuildings. So I think that would just be so pretty to have like a terracotta roof, and it kind of matches the brick that we've got going on there. We'll do the same thing over there on the duck coop. I think that would just really make the space feel super beautiful. Okay, so another project we have going on is in this corner, and this corner looks out into the orchard and the chicken coop. And the idea here is that it would be kind of like a patio seating area. We don't really have anywhere to like chill and hang out here on the homestead, and so we want to build some of these like sweet spaces to just sit and relax. Like if I'm harvesting apples all day and I get tired, I want to be able to come sit over here or just have my coffee here. So we're going to build a little kind of I don't know what Ryan exactly has in mind, but like a platform thing with chairs, and we're gonna have some grapes. So this is part of the grape arbor that runs alongside of our fence that needs to get finished out. I'm gonna have some grapes coming over them, and then up here, this is a walnut tree. I'm gonna end up having to trim that back a little bit, but this is a nice shady spot because it gets really hot here in Zone 9B. And we definitely need this little shaded spot. So this will definitely be a big project, but I think the biggest project of all, and this is why I think this back 100 is gonna take a long time, is we are planning on putting up a white glass greenhouse. Right here, these 2 pallets, we bought them at an estate sale. This is a white greenhouse that was not used, still in its packaging, and it was at an estate sale, so we got a great deal on it. And that's actually gonna go right here. So you'll see that's the orchard there. The white greenhouse is gonna go here. But even though that's not technically part of the back 100, the reason why we have to build it is because we want to actually put a partition fence right here. Because what we're gonna do on the other side of the 100 feet is actually gonna be where all of our raised beds are. And then back there is gonna be where all of our in-ground growing spaces are gonna be. And so that white greenhouse is gonna pop out a little bit from the fence. So we wanna make sure when we're building it that we're giving it enough space, that we're attaching the fence that Ryan's gonna put in right here. And so since we have the material and it's probably gonna be a big project, we are just gonna put it up. And then also in front, what we've decided that we wanna do is right down the center of where our actual backyard is, going all the way to the greenhouse, we wanna pave it or put cement, and then a big fountain in front of the white greenhouse. So anyway, it's a huge project. This back 100 though, like when it's done, I think it's just gonna feel really relaxing, and that is why we are gonna prioritize it. It's not really gonna give us more food. It's not really gonna give us more self-sufficiency, but it is gonna give us more peace, like more finished product pieces. And I think on a homestead, when you have nothing on it, it gets really overwhelming, the amount of stuff that you have to do. So actually having a space that feels done, I think is gonna feel really good, and it's gonna motivate us to get the next 100 feet done, which is actually where we're gonna grow our food from, outside of the orchard. So it's just a lesson in patience that I think this is the right move to do, and then we'll focus on our raised beds and flowers and things like that in a year or two to come. So anyway, that's what we have going on. I wanted to give an update because I feel like we did get really sidetracked. Yeah, it's really hard to keep working on projects and not feeling like you're getting very far, but with this new goal in mind, I definitely want to share the journey with you guys, and I will catch you guys on the next one when we start getting to work on some of them. See you next time.